He must have saw a squirrel. Our neighbor's cherry blossom tree is starting to bloom. The grass is all nice and green again since it's been raining so much. You done? Oh, let's go see what's happening out front. And we have the zoomies. Crazy guy. We are gonna be running some errands this morning. Our weekends have just been way too hectic and we haven't been able to go to those stores that we want to, so I'm excited. I think it's gonna be fun. Oh, nice and red. Oh yeah. My skin always gets really flushed when I'm doing all my skincare before I put my makeup on. And my face does tend to have quite a bit of redness. I end up blushing and my face will get flushed a lot if I'm getting nervous about something. Like, I can feel it happening when I am in a meeting. I don't know, especially if it's in front of people that are not part of my immediate team at work. You try and make your best impression with people who don't normally know you and don't know how you work. Being around people I don't know makes me more nervous. Like, I'm definitely more comfortable around my team and the people I work with regularly. It makes it worse because you get more nervous, then you're showing a physical reaction to stress, which then makes my voice crack and make it sound like I'm going through puberty. It's like it's a positive feedback loop that's negative. That is what I have been used to doing with like a stress response when it comes to like public speaking over the last, couple years. Like, it's been like this ever since I was in high school. In college, having to do presentations. At least in college, like, no one is paying attention to what you're actually saying. Like, nobody cares. Everyone is just worried about their own projects and about their own things that they're working on. In high school, you're in a room with 30 students and they're all staring at you. Teachers definitely care more participation-wise if you're actually paying attention. When I switched to, I think it was sophomore year, I switched to a more advanced level. In this class, it was my first time being in an advanced English class. I was doing a book presentation and I did so terribly that the teacher made me do it again. So I had to fumble over it twice. Not back to back, of course, but he had me do it another day. I have the buildup of the stress of public speaking stress, not once but twice. And it was so embarrassing because I don't think anybody else had to redo their speech. So it was just me. So that was awesome. And I don't know if that's something that's gotten easier over the years or better. That's definitely something that I feel like will hold me back from doing things, because I know that I'm capable of doing it, but it's so stressful for me that it stops me from wanting to do presentations or do trainings for other people that are in front of a large group. That's something that I'm trying to get over, because I know that it will only hinder me. It won't help, like, that will never help me in life. So I'm trying to get over it so that I can have further opportunities in my career. I'm gonna work towards that. Hopefully it'll get easier. It's like anything, I guess you have to practice it enough to get better at it. Just went on a 9-minute tangent about nerves and presenting in front of people. I don't even remember how I got on that. Oh, gross. We will do that grumbly noise. I'll show you. No, bros. I'm just gonna continue getting ready. What I use for my skincare is the Josie Moran Argan Bright Skin Vitamin C Serum. So I use that. And then I'll go in with a moisturizer. Either if I want something like thick and rich, I'll use the Ole Hendrickson Sea Rush Brightening Gel Cream, which looks like this. I've never heard of this brand before, but I saw it at Sephora. If I want something a little bit lighter, I'll do, it's called Saturday Skin Waterfall Glacier Water Cream. The areas that I like to highlight, like right here, under my foundation, I use the Hollywood Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow. I use that under my foundation. That was something that Raw Beauty Christy turned me on to, so I've been using it because she recommended it. But I'll do that. The foundation that I've been using is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. So it's this one. It's the long rectangle packaging, and the nice thing about this one is that it comes with a pump. Like the other NARS products that I bought at Sephora don't come with a pump. For my concealing, 2 Tarte Shape Tapes. These are the only ones that I've ever bought, and I've been using them for far too long. This one is too dark and warm for my skin tone, and then this one is too light. They're light and fair beige, so I mix them together. So what I like to do for my eyebrows is I'll go in with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. So I'll go in with that, like a line underneath, and then bring it up a little bit. And then I know that this is an Anastasia brush. I don't know what the name of it is. Then I take that product and move it around, get like a full brow from the line under here. What I do is I go in with the Anastasia brow gel. No, the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade and Taupe. And then I give myself the end of my eyebrow. I have the brow gel that I do go in with in Granite, so I'll do that now. This is a really old bottle of the brow gel because you use so little product each time you use it. It is really easy to make it last for a long time. And then I take a look at what I have and make sure to add in a little bit more color if I feel like it's kind of lacking somewhere. But that's kind of what my eyebrow routine has been recently. Eyebrows used to be the longest part of my routine that I really tried to make sure that they were exactly perfect. They weren't natural looking, but I was trying to make them look as natural as possible, but at that time they weren't at all. It was a sad time for my eyebrows. But of this one, the arch is higher. I've tried to pluck my eyebrows so that I can get the arches to match. A while ago, I decided to shave this bottom part of my eyebrow. I wanted to lift my eyebrows up on my face. That was a truly horrific time. That was a terrible idea because I didn't realize that when they would start to grow in, I would have a 5 o'clock shadow on my eyebrows. Don't shave off the bottom of your eyebrow to move them up on your face. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I'm telling you, I did it, and don't do it. You think it's gonna be a good idea, and it's not a good idea. What I've been using recently is the Fenty Beauty bronzer in Shady Biz. I'm putting quite a dent in the pan, but I really like the packaging. I have a couple of different highlighters that I use if I want something that is not as obvious, because my skin tone is a little pale. I feel like anytime I use like the peachy or the gold or the pink shine bronzers to them, I feel like it's very obvious. Too Faced highlighter in Blinded by the Light. This is really old. I don't remember when I got this. I feel like the packaging looks really old. The back is all messed up. Another one that I have is the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish, and I think the color is Double Gleam. I also contour my jawline a little bit. Contour it with the Fenty Matchstick in Amber. So I use that and I just draw along there. I have a pimple or something right there that I concealed, but then I swiped over with this, exposed it to the surface again. So I give up on that one. It kind of is what it is. So yeah, I usually do that every day where I will do a bronzer here and then a little bit on my 5 head as well, a little bit on my nose, just so it's like it's where the sun would naturally hit your face. So I've watched all of Raw Beauty Christy's new videos and I'm kind of like working my way back. I'm on like an old one published on September 6, 2016. So yeah, I'm just going through and watching her videos. I really like her a lot. If I want an eyeliner that fills in my eyelashes a little bit, or an eyeliner that just looks like a little bit more natural, this is what I'll do. The only thing is that this eye is a lot more rounded than this eye. This eye is definitely flatter. Like, can you guys tell? I feel like you can tell, but maybe it's just something with me. This is what I use. It's super cheap. I think it's like $3 at the drugstore. Or I'm saying the drugstore because that's how people refer to like the more affordable products. You can't find this at Walgreens or Rite Aid or whatever like that. I think any drugstore products that I've bought have been from Target. I think I'm gonna do a wing, God willing.
This palette smells smells incredible. Shadow wise, I find for my skin a really blush color there, and it is just so pretty. It's just kind of all
So there's one. You have to wait for this product to dry down a little bit. I might bring it out a little bit more actually.
Pink and terracotta.
Oh yeah.
Makeup geek palette, you'd be like, oh my god, they're so good.
Ooh,
shadows.
I put that one up real good. This is a disaster. Left eye is a disaster.
I've already put down eggs.
You see that?
Please shut up.
Kristy's yelling at her cat.
It's super fat, but literally don't care. So hard. I was like, I had to walk.
So what I did to fix this side where it got all messed up right there, I used a Q-tip. That didn't do anything. So then I just like went in and like picked it basically to get it. I think they're pretty even now. So I feel like I should move on. I'm gonna move on. If I come back to it, if I still want to change it, then I will. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. Okay. I think I like it. I think I like it a lot. So what I used to do was my makeup in the bedroom, and I had I do have a vanity in there, but that is something that takes me away from the rest of the house, so I prefer to do my makeup at the dining room table. Like I have a whole setup here. I'll sit at the dining room table so that I can be with everyone. For a while I was utilizing that vanity. I was like missing everybody and not being able to interact during the morning, so that's why I decided to do my makeup here. The only thing doing my makeup for work is that I realized that when I go out into natural light, I'm like, oh, the lighting in this part of the house is just not very good. It's like very dim. So that's the only thing that will, blindside me when I'm out in the world and I'm like, oh. But I still prefer doing it in here just so that I can be around everybody. Oh, the mascara that I use two. The Damn Girl by Too Faced. I used to use the Better Than Sex, and this is better than Sex mascara. That for my top lashes, and then my bottom lashes I use Maybelline Lash Sensational. I still have never figured out like the best way to do blush, like placement wise, so I kind of do my best. That is it. I have the Cheekathon palette by, I think this Benefit too. I also have one thing that I do. So what I will do is I'll fill in this little part. Like you can just tell that part of my hairline is a little lackluster. And I have been dealing with fine hair and thinning hair for years. I've seen my doctor about it multiple times. Like there's no reason for it. They either think it's genetic or having to do with stress. I think the likelihood is stress. It's transferring. I wasn't doing that the other day. Oh well. I did my best. I have been a stressed and anxious person a lot throughout my life. Now that I'm getting older, I'm 28. Yes, I'm 28. I'm trying to figure out better ways of reacting to stress and anxiety in my life. So that's something that I have been actively working on. How do we get on this? I was talking about my hair. I've had like fine and thinning hair. I've had a lot of thinning in the back of my head in particular, to the point where I don't really ever wear my hair down. And if I were to wear it down, it would be like I would have bobby pins strategically placed to make sure that like those parts of my hair aren't showing. Something that has been going on since high school. I don't know, I feel like I've always worn my hair up either in a ponytail or a bun, but I remember in high school and going into college, I realized that it is actually thinning, not just like thin hair, to the point where it affects my self-esteem. So I wear my hair the way that makes me the most comfortable. So for me, that's a bun. That product that I use helped quite a bit. I'll put it up in a bun, and it has these gaps and stuff a little bit, so then I'll just take a comb and comb it so that it is more like the strands are more consistent, so it's not as obvious where it's like where there's a lot of hair and where there's not a lot of hair. I do have thinning back here as well. A couple of years ago, my hair was really starting to bother me. You're aware of what's going on with your body. You're aware of how you feel about it and how it makes you feel. Oh, and also Noah is like the most supportive person in general. And he and I met in high school, and I always wore my hair in a bun for the most part. Okay, not always. I had this really terrible thing where I would pull out like all of this and it would just be like, I might insert a picture, it's really gross. It was like this much of my hair would be out and then it'd be like, and then I'd have a bun. So we met each other in that era. He is super supportive, and I'm getting to why I'm talking about that. What I mean by that is that I got fed up and overwhelmed with struggling with my hair, and I was going through a time in my career that was very difficult. I was having a lot of personality conflicts at work, and it was something that I had brought on myself. I can't feel bad about it. I might say that for another time. Anyway, so I was having a really difficult time at work. I was looking for other jobs because things were so bad at work, not because of the work, because I love what I do. I was doing something different at that time. This really needs like a whole nother story time in itself. I was also upset because I had someone in my family made a comment about my thinning hair, and I think that was like the last straw for me. I shaved my head. I allowed it to grow out without using, I don't really use a lot of heat on it, also grow out with no chemicals. I didn't dye my hair, I didn't bleach my hair, I didn't do anything to my hair for a really long time until it actually grew out to like a little bob length, and then I bleached it out of it, and now I have it's grown out. So these are my roots, this is my natural color, and then I have balayage highlights, like baby lights, whatever it's called, that have grown out. But it gave me the opportunity to kind of take back my power with what was going on with my hair, so I just shaved it off. I ended up wearing like head wraps a lot. I didn't have enough confidence to just wear my shaved head out in the world, and I think that was because of the amount of self-consciousness that I was feeling at the time. When I went back to work, everyone was asking me a lot of really personal questions about why I did that. Why would you ever do that? Does your husband like it? Basically asking me if my husband is still attracted to me, which I felt was entirely inappropriate, and it was at a bad time where I was under a lot of stress, so I feel like I was noticing it more, probably because it was thinning more at that time. I don't know. That's like the best advice I have for anyone who's dealing with something like that, is just taking that back, allowing yourself to focus on other things in your life. Society has a connection on your hair and femininity and what it means to be feminine, and a lot of women have like fine and thinning hair. People don't talk about it enough. This is not something that like just I deal with, you know, shaving my head, going through that process, and then also going through all of the negativity that I got surrounding it was not great at the time, but I think that that's helped me build my confidence now. Yes, my hair is thinning. Yes, I have products that can help me with it, but it doesn't define me. We've all got bigger fish to fry. I'll probably talk about that more in depth another time. This was a very like casual, I was just saying what was off the top of my head. I do feel like that is something that should be like a dedicated video in itself, because the issue is so complex and there was also so many things going on in my life at that time that I feel like it would be beneficial to talk about, and it might help other people to talk about it. Most likely do a video about it in the future, but yeah, you'll have to stay tuned to see if that happens. We were looking for Domino, and she's right here. She comes and lays on the guest bed. Hi, Domino. Hi, Domino. Cutie baby. Cutie baby. Okay, leave your sister alone.
Hi there, welcome to Starbucks. My name is Owen. How can I help you today?
Can I get a grande flat white, please?
A grande flat white.
Vanilla latte.
And a tall vanilla latte, please?
Perfect. You're going to see Jason at the window with your total.
Thank you.
You're not gonna do the honey one?
No.
You got a honey almond milk flat white, and it was disgusting. I think this is the worst thing I've ever tasted.
I didn't enjoy it.
This is my breakfast. What do you have for breakfast?
I had Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Thank you for asking. Just a little bit. I don't usually eat cereal, but we bought a box the other day, and it has been so good.
This is the least flattering angle. Should I tell my Cinnamon Toast Crunch story?
If you want. It's kind of silly.
I was trying Cinnamon Toast Crunch for the first time, and I guess my milk to cereal ratio was off. I inhaled so much cinnamon sugar while I was eating it. I gave myself a coughing fit the whole time I was eating it, and that's the story. You get a smudge on you. I'm sorry, are you okay? Hello?
So moral of the story is don't inhale your cereal.
I don't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm just gonna put it out there. Even if it had enough milk, I don't think I would like it. And that's the tea.
I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch because if you believe their commercials and marketing material, it keeps you young.
What?
Yeah.
Is that their thing?
That's the thing. The adults can't understand why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Kind of like Trix, right? Like Trix are for kids. But can you see why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
It doesn't mean it keeps you young.
Well, because the adults can't see why they like the taste. So if you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch...
Is this real?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
My favorite cereal is Golden Grahams.
I thought you were going to say Raisin Bran.
I don't like Raisin Bran.
No?
Do you know me?
Yeah, I know.
When have I ever eaten Raisin Bran?
I'm making a joke about you being old because you don't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Gotcha.
I think we should end on that note.
You think so?
Uh-huh.
Your love of Raisin Bran?
Where we live, it was sunny, but now we're getting into the city. It is gray and rainy over here. I'm trying to go on a bike ride today because the weather was so nice. This is a really cool vintage store that has different stalls for different sellers. We went in here recently and it had a lot of cool stuff in it. This is us every time we go somewhere I want to go. I got my bike at another location that is just a couple blocks away, and this is where we like to get a lot of our biking stuff from. I kind of want to get a new helmet. Alright, we are back from our errands. Gosh, I can't remember what that vintage store is called. You guys would have seen it. We didn't get anything from there. You guys saw we went to the bike gallery, picked up a couple of things from there. Valve tubes so that we can change our bike tires if we need to. I also got this, it's like a jacket. It's bright for visibility, but it also has some waterproofing and windproofing, so it'll be more comfortable for him to commute with. So that's gonna be really nice for him. Didn't get anything. There's not really anything I need. Biking can be kind of an expensive hobby, so I try my best to save money where I can, but I just want to be smart about the purchases that I make. Noah doesn't have a jacket like this, and he's kind of doing the same thing where he was saving up for it. Something we want to improve and do more and more of, but be smart about the purchase that we're making in association with it. So this is Noah's bike. It is a Trek. He got this bike back in May, and he's been biking consistently with it, and it's a nice bike for him to commute, and then also a good bike the longer rides that he's done. I think the longest ride that he did was about 70 miles. And then this is my bike. It's a Specialized. It's been a really nice bike. We added fenders to both of our bikes because of the amount of time that it ends up raining in Portland. We definitely need to have fenders on our bike. This is the other stuff that we have. Like, these are just the sunglasses that I wear when I ride usually. I have some gloves with extra padding. This is my helmet. So it's white with the mint accent on there. These are all the things that Noah has for his bike. We have a projector light for when we're riding in the dark. I think this is where he keeps all of his patch kits and stuff. That is a heart rate sensor that doesn't always work. I think he got this from his uncle. It's a tool that has all these little things on it. This is the case that he has his nice sunglasses for biking. These are just some safety glasses. You get so much wind in your eyes, you want to make sure to protect your eyes. And then he has his gloves in there, and then his helmet is white as well. This is my makeup after a couple of hours. It is, I think it's around 2. My skin is a little bit oily. I don't mind looking dewy, but sometimes it gets to the point where it's like you're so oily, your makeup is running down your face. And part of it is already coming off from Bruce messing with me. Oh my gosh, he gets his wet nose on me. Out of everywhere on my face, my makeup comes off a lot on my chin. It doesn't bother me that much unless I know that I'm gonna be having a meeting later in the day. Oh my gosh, my eye. He's got his wet nose on my eye. Earlier, I brought out the laser light and was playing with him, and then I felt bad because I let him like catch it. And then after that, kept looking at the ground to try and find it again. And I was like, oh bud, like you caught it, you caught it. And he's like, I think I'm gonna take this off. It's not good to work out with leaving your makeup on, so I'm gonna take this off. We're gonna be going on a bike ride soon. Not the best wear test. Not that I was doing a wear test, but to show you how my makeup lasts through the day. The only other thing too is that my face gets so red when I work out. Like you can tell now, like my face has a lot of redness to it anyways. Just cleaning out my septum. My septum it has little diamonds in it. Makeup will get kind of stuck. A lot of people are gonna think this is gross. A lot of people think that my septum is gross. How could you have that? Isn't that so uncomfortable? How do you blow your nose? Primarily use makeup wipes, which I know is not good for my skin or for the environment. What I would like to try is the reusable ones. I've seen Raw Beauty Chrissy mention them. I definitely would like to continue to use something that's kind of like a wipe, just because I feel like that is the most satisfying way to get your makeup off. We'll go on a bike ride, we'll come home, we'll relax, have dinner. And I think that will be nice. Always have to make sure that I get the makeup out of my dimple. That's how it looks once I get everything off. Then I'll do more moisturizer and serum. Because when you're biking, the wind really hits your face. It can really dry out your skin. Oh, just be careful. So dumb. You should just leave your eyebrows on. Oh well, that's what I like. So skincare is something that is kind of expensive. Like depending on the brands that you use, it can be really expensive. I kind of go middle of the road with that stuff, and I'll try small sizes, like when Sephora allows you to use your points to get like a small sample of something, because then that's free. I'm just using my points on it. The containers end up lasting you a long time, like, and I've had this one for 6 months maybe, and you just use like a little bit goes a long way. You don't like take a huge dollop and like slather it on. So those products will last you a long time because you're not using a whole lot of it. This is it, and then pretty soon here we will get ready and then we will head out for our bike ride. But I'll check in with you guys for the rest of the day.
And none of that was the real reason the lipsticks happened that way, but that's just, we never found out what actually happened. Honestly, people found chunks of metal. Again, with the batch codes, I feel like she didn't learn. Falling out of love with being criticized every.
Bruce, are you waiting for Mom to dress scraps? Guess what? She's not gonna.
I feel like anytime I'm cooking in here, he's like, hello, it's me. I'm glad we went out and did a bike ride today. I need to stretch now, I think. Ever since I did that FTP ride, I feel like my legs have been really tight.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Oh, really?
So I've never actually checked though. Like I've never seen it closed.
Does it actually close doors?
I don't know.
I don't know. With our luck, we would probably be counting on it not being closed, and then it's closed. I always forget to take video of the finished product. So here's a half empty bowl of mac and cheese. I just trimmed the palm.
Oh, he looks better.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
We got this air plant from Noah's aunt and uncle. We got this calathea from them as well. And it has the littlest new leaf growing. My mom got me this at a garage sale, I think. Here's an aloe that we've had for a couple of years. Snake plant that we just purchased not that long ago. This is our sad palm that we either overwater or underwater. We've had to trim him quite a bit. And then this giant aloe we got from my mom. We just got home from our bike ride. We left at 9 o'clock and we got home a little bit past noon. We went from here to the Oregon Zoo, down through downtown, and then our normal route along the Springwater corridor to come back. I'm exhausted. I think that was the most difficult ride that I've done. It was 28 miles, 2,000 feet of elevation, which is intense for me. Like, that's not a ride that I've done before. I was a little bit of a whiny baby on the main hill to get over on the Southwest Hills in order to get to the zoo because it was a cobblestone pathway and it was really hard to ride on. And it was very steep and I just felt like the elevation just kept going and going and going. And it never flattened out. So you never got a break. It was just like the whole way. We're back home now. Bruce is outside and watching him. He's playing. It's a beautiful day today. It's cold, but it's not rainy. And then later we're gonna get pizza with my mom. Now Bruce has his zoomies. Oh no. Oh, he's gonna hit the, he didn't hit it. He usually hits the sliding glass door. But I'm gonna let him in and then we're gonna hang out for a little bit and I'll check in with you guys later.
I don't remember the last time we were here.
It's been a while. I annihilated my pizza.
Come here. Come on.
Where is it?
It's over in the corner.
But you can't get to it?
No, because you won't go around. Come here.
Bruce, you gotta go
Come
around.
on. I'll show you. You gotta go this way. Look how much room there is. Come on. Over here. Go on. Now. Go this way. Go. Go. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. There you go.
Oh,
No. Yeah, good
good boy.
Good job.
Good
Bruce,
job. He's like, that was the most terrifying thing I've ever been through. He got scared.
Yeah. It's fine. Good job, buddy.
In the right hands would be very lucrative.
And by the right hands, you mean your hands.
I mean, someone with faultless.
Can't act normal on camera, huh?
This happens to be my hand.
Just like his daddy.
Yeah. Just let my mom get my good side.
No, I'm saying that ever since you walked in here, you've been talking about how you would.
Okay, my eyebrows are removed, so I can't tell whether you're being serious or not.
Off-roading. We are taking a Bruce on a walk. We've never done this trail before.
It's the Oaks Bottom Bluff Trail.
Oaks Bottom Bluff Trail. There's nobody on it so far, which is kind of nice. And it's really pretty. Look at all that. I mean, you would think. Noah and I were just saying that we're surprised that nobody's camping along here, because that is pretty common in Portland, homeless campsites to be around places like this, but I encountered any so far. Bruce is smelling everything. Yeah, I took my scarf off. Wonder what he's smelling. There's this building here with animal murals that we can see when we bike past. But we don't know what the building is. We haven't figured it out. Oaks Park. This is our amusement park over on the southeast side. There's only one big roller coaster there, and it took me forever to be tall enough to actually be able to ride it. It's the off season, so it's ominous and quiet. We're headed back after our walk. It was 3.6 miles, I think, or something like that. It was a really good walk. Bruce is tired, we're tired, ready to go home and have some dinner.
Whereas I am also very nervous because 31 tutorials is more than I
Oh, gross. I think it's around 2. Oh, God. I don't either. He's just staring.
I know that I've been talking about this product for
No pictures. No pictures, please.
No photography.